Hello everyone, welcome to Barbie, Reviving a Cultural Icon at Mattel. This is presented by the Santoyo Group, a brief capstone overview. So for our agenda, we'll go into an overview, position statement, hit our 3 criteria and those action plans that go accordingly, hit with the references, let's hit with what is the Santoyo Group. So the Santoyo Group is established by myself, Sophia Santoyo, and we are committed to delivering comprehensive overviews to empower businesses to make informed decisions. We value a balanced approach in a timely manner, and in a collaborative way. So, for our overview, we have Mattel, founded in 1945 by married couple Ruth and Elliot Handler and friend Harold Matt Madsen. We have Barbie, created by Ruth for her daughter Barbara as an innovative toy where little girls can just be bigger girls, and that was this innovative toy. As Barbie tended to release a lot of products to keep up with the times, which they've historically done, and modernly they do that as well, the market became saturated and Barbie took on a different persona. The modern day audience was able to get reeled back in and find the truth in Barbie and who Mattel put out Barbie to be with their IP Mattel Films project, the Barbie movie. We have this challenge here of balancing authenticity and efficiency with rapid growth. It's just something to keep in mind while we're presenting. For our players and stakeholders, we have Chief Brand Officer Lisa McKnight, CEO Kreitz. We have Richard Dickinson, who's the president, and we have the Barbie team, competitors Lego Group, Hasbro, Mattel Films, and our collective customers and female audience ranging from anywhere from 3 to 73. So for some goals that we'll hit on today, they wanted to maintain momentum after the Barbie movie to ensure that Mattel remains a top competitor in the toy industry, continue to invest in IP properties and expand that. This was especially emphasized by Kreitz, and incorporate DEI in all that Barbie does. For our position statement, we can see that Barbie, if they went with option 1, no change, they would view this through rose-colored glasses, where Mattel chooses to not strategically diversify its sectors, stays with producing one in-house Barbie movie, and rides out that momentum for as long as it can. For option 2, changing everything, Mattel chooses to ditch the Barbie doll line and exclusively adopt a new era way of producing digital content and licensing products. So this is focusing strictly on the IP sector. Or we have this collaborative approach for a hybrid option 3 to maintain Barbie's momentum while reinforcing the original message through old and new sectors. For our position statement, we recommend that the hybrid solution takes place based on brand reputation, profitability, market trends, and cultural awareness. This is the best option for a better brand for Mattel, a best option for a better Barbie, and the best option for a better future going forward. This was the best option because it focuses on both sectors rather than just having the same in the dolls or the same in the IP. It has a collaborative approach, and we'll see this in our criteria. So for criteria number 1, brand reputation, we have Barbie's mission was originally to inspire and nurture the limitless potential in every girl. They even came out with Astronaut Barbie in 1965 when Sally Ride didn't go into space until 1983. So we can see that Barbie was ahead of its time. And in the 1950s, around when Barbie was released, just 1 in 3 U.S. women worked outside of the home. However, in these images, we can see past and current advertisements for Barbie and how much it has grown. We can see a little bit in the IP sector through these movies. We can see the old school advertisements with the mom and her daughter talking about wanting to be like Barbie one day. Also, we can have the doll that started all, just the physical physique of the Barbie doll and how much that took on its persona of its own. The aim is to be known for being a toy manufacturing company, making items, to an IP company managing franchises. We can see this in the Barbie movie that shows a transformative journey of self-discovery and empowerment as Barbie, played by Margot Robbie, leaves her perfect world to explore the complexities of identity and individuality in her real world. For criteria 2, profitability, in this Exhibit 5, we can see that the dips, the ebbs and flows follow with the consumer market trends. We have 2004 all the way to 2023 with that spike at the end. We can see a dip around the 2010 eras when the U.S. toy sales stagnated and dropped. We have Toys R Us retailers even declaring bankruptcy, where the toy companies had to combat this loss and ditch toy making, go into a successful turnaround, and in part due to the IP deals. So we can see the Lego Group doing this. We can see Hasbro doing this as well, where they reported a $220 million net income when Barbie and Mattel reported a net loss of $533 million. So we have this transition to licensing IP. Mattel hires Kreitz in order to do this, and in 2018 cuts 22% of Mattel's workforce. and launches Mattel Films with Barbie, pushing that up, and we can see the revenue spike in the toy industry from COVID and on. And then hitting around the 2020 COVID pandemic era, when everyone was forced to go inside, toys were a lot more reliable and parents wanted to get their children something to entertain them besides digital media. For criteria 2, continuation of profitability and market trends, we can see this specifically reflected in Barbie 2015, 2019, 2020, 2022, and 2023 all hit. We can see 2020 with the spike kind of going up a little bit, with 2022 and 2023 hitting the best spike because of releasing the Barbie movie and listening to the IP matters that Kreitz wanted to put out. Criteria 3, cultural awareness. It's authentic. They wanted to do this to acknowledge their past, to be able to and display in the movie that they acknowledge their shortcomings and that they're able to make light of it. They want to be current, and how to do this is to get in times with the DEI trend. They also want to stay true to who they are and be creative as they can with thought leadership. Here we can see a mixed variety of the critiques and positive feedback released on Barbie, from it only teaching young girls to be skinny to it being a pop culture company that integrates over 35 skin colors and hairstyles and 9 different body types. For action plan for brand reputation, short term, we have these different phases. This all follows with creating these high profile or licensing these high profile brands and choosing what we're going to pick. So this goes from Mattel narrowing down who they'd want to pick, going through deals, negotiations, throughout this process measuring brand reputation to achieve a 20% increase using customer feedback and social media engagement and media coverage as metrics. For our long term, we can see Barbie will analyze current brand reputation and list potential franchise partners who align with Barbie's brand voice. In the next phase, Barbie will reach out to potential franchises, collaborators. They want to do at least 3, go into the negotiation process with proposals to present, narrowing it down. And they need to do due diligence. This is to ensure that these collaborations do not hurt or blunder Barbie's reputation as it is. This is big for Barbie. They wanted to do a baseline survey to see their brand reputation before and after they release that they have a franchise collaboration. How this goes back to our goals. We have well-known in IP market, licensing deals, and franchising deals all hit just in our first action plan. For our second, we'll focus on maintaining momentum through pre-sales, sales, pre-orders, wholesale retailers, things like that. For a short term, we're going to focus in phase 1, where Mattel will conduct market research. We recommend primary and secondary using research, focus groups, and then just consumer insights and current market trends. We want to really focus on the kid-adult genre, providing that nostalgic feel who would be interested in these limited edition dolls, as well as collectors who would like to do this too or also in that kid-adult era. So we want to brainstorm, prototype design, and refine our limited edition line. And we want to do this and keep in mind with the manufacturer and what they can handle to present us over into the long term. But before we get there, we want to have this pre-order strategy to reach that 5% revenue increase for Barbie. For our long term, we'll have Kreitz to oversee the manufacturing and launch of the dolls. In phase 1, he'll ensure that the manufacturer is adept at producing this line from the work that the short-term goal has done. So we can see that the two build perfectly into each other. In phase 2, the dolls want to be in full production and available to those who pre-ordered them. We want to select an amount who is delegated to wholesale retailers. And in phase 3, we want to oversee both manufacturing and the launch of the adult Barbie limited edition line, measuring revenue increase month by month to ensure that we reach that 20% target. In phase 4, we want to go into artificial scarcity phase to create a demand for those who have not gotten their hands on the limited edition line, ending with producing another last couple months of the dolls and a post-launch analysis to ensure that we reach our 20% mark. For our final action plan for criteria number 3, this is all about DEI, promoting Barbie brand, being inclusive with our sponsors and influencers that we'll strategically choose in our short-term goal phase 1. So we want to come up with around 100 sponsors and influencers that we can narrow down to 50. We want to present our full package to them, create a campaign, put that out there to them, see if they'll sign on and endorse our brand. For our long-term, we want to launch the campaign that we previously created in the short-term goal, and this is all to increase female empowerment by 30% over the next 2 years. And how do we measure that? Surveys that we will also make. This is from before we release the campaign, while, and post to measure that as we'll go through it. We want to make sure that we release materials from digital to print. We want to make sure that we have in-house as well as online content put out there. This is so we are Barbie, the most diverse doll line. And we can see in the top right corner Barbie, who pretends to be an influencer. This is an example of digital media and the influencers that we will use presented in this action plan. So here is our reference. Thank you so much. This is for the Capstone 2 Final Case Barbie, presented by the Santoyo Group and myself, Sophia Santoyo. Thank you.